What's up, guys? Welcome back to another NFL video, and I'm gonna be talking about the Ravens versus Packers game. It was on Sunday, so I'm gonna give my thoughts about it. I'm a Ravens fan, so that was a really tough loss. The way it ended, that was just a really bad ending. I don't know, it was just I don't even know what to say about that. But I'd say nobody expected us to like keep the game close. So the final score was 31-30. The Packers beat us. And I'd say nobody really expected the Ravens to nobody expected them to keep the game close. Like people thought it would be a blowout, especially with no Lamar Jackson. So and I think Tyler Huntley he played really well. I was really happy with his performance. You can see the stats right here. And yeah, really good to see Tyler Huntley playing well in Lamar's absence. In the two games that Lamar didn't start, I mean, the first one was a win, Bears versus Ravens. Tyler Huntley, he got us the win. It wasn't an easy game, but he got us the win. Then here, this one's like a moral victory, I'd say, because we kept it close. Our team is really in a bad run, and we just lost by 1 point. It was just a dumb decision at the end to go for two when we could have tied it with the extra point, so it would have gone to overtime. It would have been 31-31. We at least would have had a chance to win the game in overtime. It doesn't matter for how bad our defense was playing back, because the people who are agreeing that we went for two, they're saying, yeah, you can't rely on our defense because they were playing so bad. I mean, I agree. Yes, the defense was really bad yesterday, especially with the collapsed secondary. You can't really stop Rodgers with that type of secondary, especially with Devontae Adams in that receiving core. But we at least would have had a chance, because the drive before that, we did stop them. I'm pretty sure we did stop them. Everybody was tired on the Packers offense, and we would have had it at least a chance in overtime. And who knows? Maybe we would have got the ball. If we got the ball, we could have won. So I totally disagreed with that. That was just the decision. And then if we do look back, you know, there was oh yeah, so when Tyler Huntley was executing that 2 point conversion, there was I might be able to find like a screenshot. I hope I can find it. But um so he passed it to Andrews. He was double covered. Andrews was playing well all game. So I'd say this was so predictable that Tyler Huntley was gonna go to Andrews, especially with the way that guy was playing. He had such a good game. He passed 1,000 yards on the season. I think this is the most receiving yards by a tight end in a season for any most no, it's the most in franchise history for the Ravens in a single season. He broke Todd Heap's record, I believe. So um so yeah, I want to get like a view of Hollywood Brown, right? Oh my god. So Hollywood Brown was literally like streaking like right down like I'm not gonna play like the video because I'm gonna get copyrighted, but I think I'm able to share my screen and show you guys. I wanna So here we go. So right, you see this right here, right? So that's Hollywood Brown. Bro's wide open. But Harbaugh, he obviously, I think, drew up the play to go to Andrews, who's obviously over here somewhere. And then you have Marquise Brown right here. He's streaking. If you just this the ball placement like right here. This guy right here, he's moving towards Andrews. That's what happened. That's why Andrews was like double or triple cover. But then Hollywood would have been right open, like right over here. So that's a frustration right there. That's a chance we had to to you know to win that game. I mean, imagine if we won the game through the 2 point conversion. I mean, everybody. Oh, this is the wrong. Everybody would be saying, that was the perfect decision, Harbaugh. But yeah, people would really be saying that because it would have been a good decision, I guess. I don't know, but like it's such a risky play call, especially and like going to Andrews. I'd say there was two other options you could have done. You could have gone with Huntley in a QB scramble, QB run, designed QB run, because that's what he was doing good with those all game. That's one thing you could have done, and then the other one was Hollywood, who was streaking. Uh, And yeah, so let's look at the stats. We're gonna talk about the stats. So Tyler Huntley with the great game, like I said before, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he was clutch. Like I think he played really well. He got us down the field to tie the game, and we could have not tie the game, but you know, we were down one. So he got us down the field in winning position and stuff like that. He had okay, yeah. So he had 4 total touchdowns. What a day, especially if you started him in fantasy. I don't know how many people did, especially since it was the playoffs. I doubt like a lot of people. I bet a few amount of people really started Tyler Huntley, but the rush yard 73, that's good. He was good. Devontae Freeman, I liked how Latavius Murray played today in this game. He played really well. He got some big runs. He got his biggest run of the season, so he did have some crucial plays. But yeah, 2 touchdowns for Huntley. He was bringing the game into his own hands. And the way he played today, it's been way better than what Lamar's been doing for the past like I don't know, like few weeks. If you watch we actually got a score, or we actually did good in the first quarter. We never do good in the first quarter. Um so yeah, Tyler Huntley, I mean, I don't know. He looks better than Lamar right now, but I'm sure Lamar will start the next game, which is against the Bengals on Sunday. And I'm happy with that. I hope Lamar's back. And I hope he can really get into his form, getting back into his uh self, because ever since I don't know, like he got COVID last season, or no, ever since he got COVID in the summer, he's been kind of off. Even this, yeah, I mean, he's had some really good moments this season, I'd say, but and we're gonna look at the standings later because it's really tight in the AFC North, so we're gonna look at that. But okay, so Mark Andrews, 10 receptions, 136 yards. That was really, really, really good. What a game from him. I think right now he's the best tight end in the league. And this season he's the best tight end in the league, in my opinion. Overall, I'd say he's probably like the second or third best tight end. There's it's a big debate because it's Kelsey, I think, obviously at first. I'm not, maybe not obviously, because people say Kittle, so it's like Kelsey or Kittle at 1 and 2. In my opinion, it's Kelsey, and then 3, it's either Waller or Andrews. And right now I'm going with Andrews. I mean, I haven't seen Waller. I mean, I know he's injured and stuff, but bro, I think Andrews is better. But yeah, Hollywood Brown had some good plays. He had 10 receptions, but 43 yards. He had some good plays if you actually watch the game. Stats aren't everything, so uh, the 43, like you might think, oh, maybe he didn't have such a good game, but I think he had a pretty good game. He showed up. I hope we can just get the ball to him more because when we do get the ball to him, he can make some good plays. So we did get it to him a lot today. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I want to talk about Patrick Queen. That guy really turned his season around since like the Browns game a few weeks ago, week 12, I think it was. He really turned his season around. Like he was doing really bad, I'd say, in the first like like until week 12, like he wasn't doing good. Like we really, the Ravens fans, we really expected like a big year from him, and he wasn't really delivering that. But ever since the Browns game, I've been really happy with his performance. He had 11 tackles today. He was all over the field. So I mean, not today, on Sunday, but whatever. So yeah, he had a really good game, and he was all over the field getting tackles and everything. So yeah. And then I'd say the reason we lost this game was just because of our depleted secondary. I mean, it's gonna be like that all for the rest of the season, including if we get into the playoffs. It's gonna be like that. Especially with Marlon Humphrey's out for the year. We learned that last week. Marcus Peters obviously got his injury before the season started. Deshaun Elliott got it this season. He's out for the year. And then Chuck Clark didn't play in this game. He's our only really starting guy. Original starting guy that was available, but he wasn't available. He's the only one that's still like healthy. He's not injured. But in this game, he had COVID, I think, or he was in health and safety protocols, so he wasn't able to play. So that was a huge blow. And I think we had Tavon Young. I'm pretty sure we started like Brandon Stevens and like Geno Stone at safety. Like that's how bad it was. And then Jimmy Smith right before the game got COVID. He got COVID, and we had to bring up some dude named like Mazzy or something. I don't know what his name was, but he's somewhere here. We had to bring some guy off the practice squad. He got some time, I think. Like I know who most of these guys are. I don't know who Kayvon Seymour is because that's how depleted our secondary is. Because I know he was playing cornerback. Robert Jackson, I mean, he's new. Like we signed him like a few weeks ago. Um, I'm pretty sure, but yeah. See, I don't know. Like, it's tough. Like, that's the reason we're so unlucky with our injuries. If we didn't have these injuries, I think we would have been. I don't know. I think we could have been Super Bowl contenders because it would have taken all the load off of Lamar. Lamar wouldn't have to be running all the time. He would have had J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards in his backfield. So I think that would have definitely helped us. Okay, so we'll look at the Packers just a little bit. I'm not a Packers fan, so I don't really care. But Aaron Rodgers, he had a good game as normal. And just yeah, he took advantage of our depleted secondary. Our run defense has been good all year. Aaron Jones, 58 yards. I mean, we held him to 58 yards. The last week we held Chubb like to under like 50. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but I know we held him to pretty low amount. And then Yeah, we held him to pretty low amount. Who did we play before that? Najee Harris had like 70 against us because that was late in the game when our defense was tired. That's always gonna happen. But I'd say that we held him in check for most of that game. Then the week before we had Chubb. We he had like 20 yards. Hunt didn't do much. So our run defense is probably the best in the league. I'm pretty sure it's ranked number one, and we did good again against the run here. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about, the receiving. So Devontae Adams had 44 yards, one touchdown. He does have like a slight injury. That's why he doesn't have as much. And Marquez Valdez Scantling had 98. Like, I think they really used Tay as a decoy. They used Devontae Adams as a decoy, and Marquez MVS. Okay, I think they just call him MVS. He was like really open a lot. And he did get a touchdown. Like, I forgot who was guarding him, but I think it was Averett a few times, and then Anthony Averett, and I don't know who else, but yeah, I remember him just getting so much separation. That was so annoying to watch, and he had a good game. So yeah, that's just them taking advantage of our secondary. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna look at the AFC North standings. We're gonna look at the AFC and AFC North standings because we want to look at the playoff picture. The playoffs are coming up, so we're entering week 16 next week, and after week 17, then week 18. So that's gonna be fun. Just it's gonna be stressful for Ravens fans, I think. I mean, if you look at this, so yeah, this is the AFC North. You have the Bengals who are first in the division, 8-6, and we'll get to the Ravens Bengals game, which is this Sunday later. And then you have the Ravens who are 8-6. You have the Steelers who are 7-6, and then you have the Browns who are 7-7. So I mean, these three right here, they're all base. I mean, like the Steelers, I don't think the Steelers are gonna finish that strong, but I mean that's pretty good. Like, I mean, they're still a threat. Like, you never know with the Steelers. They always can pull off upsets. Like, they beat the Titans, which was crazy. I was so mad when I saw that result. Like, how like the Titans, man. I don't know what you guys are doing. I mean, you don't have Derrick Henry, you don't have AJ Brown. I mean, you have an aged Julio Jones. So I mean, I guess they couldn't do much. You have Ryan Tannehill at quarterback, who's a really decent average quarterback. So um, yeah, I don't think he could really he can't really do much without his weapons. But okay, so back to the AFC North. So yeah, we're really lucky the Browns lost yesterday. I want to thank the Raiders for that. They beat the Browns, and the Browns are now last in the division. If the Browns did win, they would have been first in the division because they beat Cincinnati, so they would have been first in the division. But no, this division is so tight that they dropped last in the division. So yeah, the Ravens are safe for now. Not I mean, no, they're not safe because they have the Bengals next, but that was a really good result for the Ravens and I guess the Steelers. And it was just a good result for everybody, I think, but just especially the Ravens. You don't want to fall out of we're on the edge of playoff position. We're the eighth seed right now, so we really didn't want to fall way more back. If you get what I'm saying. So yeah, so that's the standing. So I'm gonna get to the Ravens Bengals game later. I want to pull up like the AFC in total. I don't know if I'll be able to do. I don't know. I'm gonna pull up the playoff picture real quick if I can find it. All right, here it is. I found it. So All right, there you go. So let's go. All right, so we have the AFC and NFC. So here we go. So we have the Chiefs in one. I think they're gonna get the one seed. I mean, they had such a bad start, like to the they had a bad start to the season, but in my opinion, I mean, I think Patrick Mahomes is like the best quarterback in the NFL, and it's not even a debate. I don't care about Aaron. I mean, Aaron. I mean, maybe not this season, but like overall, like you can't like he's doing this stuff at such a young age. Like, I mean, he's one of the best. And I knew they would turn it around. You know, with that team, with that many weapons they have, and I think that Melvin Ingram trade really helped out their defense. Yeah, that's that. And then we have the Patriots and Titans and Bengals. So these are the division winners, the top four right here, the four seeds. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, and then you have the Colts who are making a really good run. I mean, they could win the division. You know, if the Titans like I think this division, I think it's the AFC South, I believe. Titans and Colts and I forgot who else is in that division. But I mean that division is gonna come down maybe to the last week with the Titans and the Colts. Like that's gonna be really really fun division to watch. You know, Jonathan Taylor is really making his case for MVP. Actually, I think he's a contender for MVP. He deserves it. Yeah. So yeah, and then you have LA Chargers, the Bills, and then we're in the hunt right now with the Steelers. The Browns, even the Broncos are in the hunt. So I mean, we're eighth seed. Like that's really really like it's really like gonna go down to the wire. It's gonna go down to the last game in the AFC North. We have the Steelers last, so I'm convinced that game is gonna mean something. The Ravens' last three games are the Bengals, Rams, and then Steelers. So I think they just I mean, I don't know about the Rams game. That might prove to be crucial just for our record, but that Bengals and Steelers game, that those are really important. And I hope I don't know. I have a bad feeling about the Bengals game because I don't know who I think Chuck Clark's gonna be back. I don't know about Jimmy Smith, but Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. That's the receiving core. That's the best receiving core I'd say in the AFC North. One of the best in the AFC. So I think that's gonna be really tough to defend, especially with our secondary. All three of those guys are really good, and then they have Joe Mixon. I think we can hold him in check, and I think we can prevent him from like going off. But we'll see. So yeah, I guess yeah, the Bengals. That's gonna be a huge game, and this game, this Ravens versus Bengals game, is for this is for who takes charge in the division. So whoever wins this will be first in the division. I think, and that's why it's really important for the playoffs. And I don't know, I have a really bad feeling about this game. I have a really bad feeling about this game for the Ravens. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so the Bengals are also 8-6. Um, let's look at their news. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Joe Burrow, he's been playing all right. I mean, he's been throwing a lot of picks. I mean, so has Lamar, but yeah, and Jamar Chase, I think he's my rookie of the year. And he's gonna be a really tough player to defend. Last time we played the Bengals, he dropped 200 yards on Marlon Humphrey, who's our best cornerback. He's usually an all-pro cornerback. I mean, this season he wasn't as great as he is in years past, but Jamar Chase, like a rookie doing that to like a proven all-pro cornerback, like that, he's special after that. 200 yards, that was a season high. So it's gonna be really tough, I think. But with the Bengals, sometimes you get a really good version of them, and then sometimes you get a really bad. Like, um, if you look at, I'm looking at their recent results. So, I mean, they lost to the 49ers, and I'm pretty sure Joe Burrow struggled in that game. Actually, I know he didn't. I'm looking at the stats. He had like 300 yards. But like, I mean, they put up a fight in that game. But then you look at like 41-22 against the Chargers. The Chargers defeated them. That's an example of the Bengals you can see sometimes. Like it depends. Then they lost to the Browns 41-16. We all know they lost to the Jets. I mean, they beat like it's inconsistency because they beat the Ravens one week and then the next week they lost to the Jets. So you never know what's gonna happen in this league. But I think the Bengals the Bengals that show up are gonna be the really good ones, especially with our depleted secondary. I think they're gonna take advantage of that, just like the Green Bay Packers did. But yeah, so my prediction for that game, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna predict against the Ravens. I'm gonna predict it's gonna be a close game. I don't think it's gonna be a high of a scoring game. and I think I'm gonna go 24-21 Ravens. Ravens win by 3. Justin Tucker game-winning field goal. That's my prediction. I think Lamar. I hope Lamar has a good game. I mean, every week I say, "Oh, I hope Lamar's gonna have a good game," and get his form back and get his like play style back. But I don't know. Like every week I say that it's gonna happen. I'm like, oh, it's gonna happen this week. It never happens. And you never know what you're gonna get with Lamar. I mean, sometimes this season he's been really good, but sometimes really bad. So I'd say Ravens 24-21. I think Jamar Chase is gonna have over 100 yards. And then I think Joe Mixon's gonna have like 50, around 50. I think we're gonna hold him to like 50 or something like that. And then I think Lamar Jackson's gonna throw for 3 touchdowns, like 200 yards or something. And I don't know, rushing for the Ravens. I don't know. I guess I'll go like 61 yards for Lamar, something like that. And then Mark Andrews is going to lead our team in receiving, and I think he's going to go over 100. And I hope Hollywood Brown has a good game, actually, because if we look up his stats, um, Mark Andrews just got 1,000 yards. So that was this Mark Andrews getting 1,000 yards. This is the first time since like 2015 or 2016, I think, when Mike Wallace. That was like the Flacco era. That was Mike Wallace. Like that was a long time ago. That was like 5 or 6 years ago. I remember Mike Wallace got 1,000 yards. So this is the first time in a while, and we could get another one. I look at this. Hollywood Brown has 909 yards, and he needs under 100. So there's 3 games left. Yeah, 3 games. So I think he can do it. I'm really hoping. I really want to see him get 1,000. He's been improving every year. Um, his rookie year he had 500. Last year he had 700. He was the team's leading receiver, and this season he's about to get 1,000. So I'm really happy with what he's brought to the team this season. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for today. I might do like a reaction to the Bengals game. Who knows? I'll see. Maybe yeah. There's a few games tonight. Washington football team versus the Seahawks, and the Eagles versus or no Washington football team versus Eagles, and the Seahawks versus the Rams. So yeah, those are the games on a Tuesday, which is nice. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. And if you like the video, make sure to subscribe and tune into the next video. And yeah.